Guys, so imagine that you have two of these equations to solve for, okay? So we have 5 for the first one, that's 5 plus 2 over x equals to 1. So the first thing you got to do when it comes to equations is always when you have fractions, what do I have as the lowest common denominator so I can eliminate the denominator, correct? So you don't want the bottom piece. You don't want it. So you have to find what we call, again, the lowest common denominator. And to do that in this case, we only have x. That's the only denominator that we have. So this one is great. You cannot get better than this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot get better than this. So LCD, lowest common denominator, is x. So now what are we going to do with it? So we're going to multiply the whole equation by that. So that means what? That means we're multiplying everybody by x. So everybody by x, that means you're taking x times 5. That will give us what? 5x plus x times 2 over x. So we can do it this way, times 2 over x, okay? Then equal to x times 1, which is x, correct? All right. So then we bring down the 5x plus what's happening to this one here? X will cross out because you have one x on the top, one x at the bottom. You can always simplify them. What do you have left? Only 2 equals to x, okay? So in this case, you can either try to get the x on this side or get it on the 5 on the other side. That'll give you negative, and then you're going to have to deal with negative numbers. Or you can just do the 2 out there and then the x here, so it doesn't really matter. In any case, we can do negative 5x, both sides. So we end up with 2 down here, and then we have x minus 5x. So this one is 1x, don't forget. So it's 1 minus 5, which is what? Negative 4, then negative 4x. Now we're solving for x because that's our target. So that means we got to divide both sides by negative 4 and negative 4. 4 out, you have x left by itself equals to what? What is 2 divided by 4? Because we know that 2 can divide these two evenly. 2 divide this one so by 2. And then positive divided by negative is what? Is negative. So that would give us what? 1 over 2. So x equals to negative 1 over 2 or negative 1 over 2 equals to x. So that's the same thing. So you put the x on the left side or you put the x on the right side of the equal sign, it doesn't matter. As long as you have x, we're good. All right? So this is how you deal with this problem. Now let's take the second one then. 3 over 2 plus 4 over x equals to 3. So if this is what we're dealing with, also we got to find what? The lowest common denominator. What do we have as denominators here? We have 2 and then we have x. And those are 2 separate entities. So that means what? You can just combine them, multiply them, then you get your LCD. So the lowest common denominator, ladies and gentlemen, in this case, is going to give her 2x. All right? So 2 again is a different entity than x, so you can just multiply both of them together. So you end up with 2 times x, which is 2x. So then again, like how we did it here, we multiply everybody by 2x. So it's going to give you 2x times 3 over 2. So it's going to be 2x times 3 over 2 plus 2x times 4 over x equals 2x times 3. Okay, so those are the 3 that we have here. So what's going to happen? So 2 can cross out. Okay, then we're done with that. So we have 3 times x, which is 3x, plus 2x times x is going to give us what? X out, 2 by 4 is 8. Are we good? All right, then this one is equal to 2x times 3 is going to give us what? 6x. All right, so also in this case, we're going to have to combine 3x and 6x. And what's going to happen to that? So this one, negative 3x, both sides. So we have 8 equals to what? 6x minus 3x. So 6x minus 3x is going to give us what? 3x. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we divide because our target is x. Divide by 3 and 3. Then we end up with x equals to 8 over 3. Now, in this case, we cannot, reduce them. The only reducing that we can do is to divide a by 3. So that would give us a decimal number. But since the problem didn't ask us to go to that, all right, so we just stop here at 8/3, and then we should be able to be fine. Now, if you're dealing with multiple choice questions, then you will see from the answers if this is the one that they're looking for, or if they want you to change it into different forms, okay? So because that could be a mixed number, that could be a decimal, but in our case, nothing was said, we stop right there. All right, guys? So this is it. You take your time, you work them out, and then gain the confidence. Take care.